Welcome, Wildcat Nation. I'm Blake Thorson.
And I'm Cody Bansemer. We've got another great show lined up for you today, as it was another eventful week for Kansas State athletics.
Right you are, Cody. A lot going on last week with K-State celebrating homecoming festivities, and that's where we begin. Hundreds of people packed the streets of Aggieville last Friday to check out the annual homecoming parade. It featured floats by groups of student organizations, Greek organizations, and the residence halls. The parade also featured other participants, including K-State President Kirk Schultz and his wife, Noel, and of course, Willie the Wildcat. Each organization made its float with a K-State versus Colorado theme in preparation for the big game last Saturday. After the parade, women's volleyball coach Susie Fritz praised fans for their support this season.
These girls are doing a tremendous job and are fighting for a season that we can be proud of. So we appreciate all of you being there and supporting us.
Well, it certainly looked as though there was a great atmosphere in Manhattan before the football game last Saturday.
Absolutely. That excitement definitely carried over into Bill Snyder Family Stadium the next day. It was the Wildcats versus Colorado. Kansas State came into the game late after an impressive 62-14 victory over an A&M, but the Cats were a little slow out of the gate against the Colorado Buffaloes. The Buffaloes moved the ball at ease on their first possession. Quarterback Tyler Hansen connects with Marcus Simmons on a screen pass for a 15-yard gain that moved the ball down to the Wildcat 23-yard line. 5 plays later, Buffalo's running back Stewart jumped over the goal line for a 2-yard touchdown. This will be Colorado's only score of the afternoon, and the kicker missed his first PAT of the season. K-State defense was all over the field on Saturday as Troy Butler introduces himself to Rodney Stewart. Here comes a big hit by Daniel Thomas. Let's watch. Thomas gained 21 yards on the play. Thomas capped off the 6-play, 58-yard drive with a 4-yard touchdown run to give K-State a 10-6 lead. The Wildcats would extend their lead to 20-6 and let the defense do the rest. K-State's D was the star on the night, holding the Colorado offense to just 244 total yards. One of those defensive stars was safety Emmanuel Lemur, who had 2 interceptions on the afternoon, including this one you are about to see.
Hawkins takes the snap, rolls right, throws back across the formation. It is picked off by Emmanuel Lemur. He outfought Ryan Gear for the ball, rips it away from him, and K-State shuts down Colorado again as we head to the locker room.
Even though the hard-fought win improved K-State's record to 3-1 in the conference and 5-3 overall, Bill Snyder and his squad are trying not to get too wrapped up in the standings. They're preparing to travel to Norman to face the Oklahoma Sooners. Here's Brett Regan with more.
Touchdown runs like this that have put Kansas State on top of the Big 12 North and have brought this team and its fans back to life. But to head coach Bill Snyder, a North title is not even a concern right now.
I mean, I know who won and who lost the ball games, but I don't know, who's won how many and who's lost how many. That's not the appropriate time for me to pay attention to that. We've gotten better, as we've gone through the course of the season and have become, more consistent.
One of the players that have flourished has been quarterback Grant Gregory. And even though the Wildcats face a fierce Oklahoma defense this weekend, Gregory claims their approach is the same as any other week.
It's no different preparation-wise. I mean, it's going to be a tougher week because we're playing a better team. But I mean, preparation will be the same. We got to prepare more and figure out ways to be better. But I mean, it's the same. You take the same things going into the game.
But as the Wildcats continue to rack up yards and improve each week, Coach Snyder knows the difficulty of the road ahead.
The numbers would indicate that we've made some progress, and I believe we have. But the caliber of opposition steps up too.
For Purple Power Play, I'm Brett Regan.
Expectations are growing every day for K-State football, but there's another team that will be entering its season with high expectations, and that's the men's basketball team.
Right you are. The Cats returned 4 starters from a team that posted 22 wins last season and finished 4th in the Big 12. On to talk about the Cats with us right now is our very own Andy Burns. Welcome to the set.
Thanks for having me, guys.
First and foremost, you were at the scrimmage last Saturday. What was your first impression of the team after watching them in action?
Well, this team, it's going to be a very athletic team for K-State this season. You've got a very deep team as well. You returned 4 starters from last season. You also include the transfer Curtis Kelly from Connecticut, as well as the phenomenal freshman Wally Judge. It's going to be a fun season here for Wildcat fans this year. It's going to be a long, athletic, and deep team for Frank Martin this season.
Listen, I know it's early, but tell us, who do you think will be a real difference maker for the Cats this season?
I think it's got to be Curtis Kelly. I already mentioned him. He's a transfer from UConn, 6'8". During the scrimmage, he was very impressive. Scored 10 points for K-State, cleaned up a couple of his own missed shots, looked very impressive for K-State. Last year, you look at K-State, and they had their guards did a great job of scoring on offense, but they had a lot of trouble down in the low post. This season, I expect Curtis Kelly to solidify that low post spot and to give K-State just some consistency down there under the basket.
One last question for you, Andy. Where do you think this team could finish this year?
Well, I was talking to some fans. Some fans mentioned a Final Four. I'm not willing to go that far, but I think this team can definitely compete for a conference title. KU is going to be tough this season, as will some of the other teams in the Big 12, but K-State's going to definitely be right up there in the top 3 or 4 in the conference.
Thanks, Andy. We appreciate it.
No problem.
We sent Justin Nutter out to see what some of the fans thought about the upcoming season.
I've been looking forward to this since the start of football season. Not to sound like a KU person, but it's pretty exciting.
It's going to be awesome.
Yep.
Wally Judge is going to
Good old Wally.
Wally.
I feel like this is going to be the year. We have Wally Judge, who is amazing, I've heard.
Well, basketball looks pretty good. I saw a couple videos of the scrimmage. It looked like Curtis Kelly was a bright spot. We need a good center front court player.
Heard a lot of good things about the basketball team, so I think we're going to be pretty good and beat KU also.
Well, I missed the scrimmage, but I heard about how we're pretty much set up for an epic, some pretty epic games in the Big 12 Conference this season.
Wally Judge looked pretty raw, but I think he'll grow in. He'll grow up and grow into his role. And our guards, Denny and Pullen, look great as usual.
Winning. Lots of winning.
Lots of winning.
All I know is that Wally's head touches the ceiling
In the basement. It's true.
I just feel like they're going to come out of the woodwork and no one's going to expect K-State. They're just going to rock the nation.